one of our passes for this month for the fundamentals is your basic stack pass. And we're going to make sure we do our stack pass with a lot of pressure. Okay, sometimes you do it fast because you want to, or sometimes you're forced to for time limits or whatever the reason. But this is old school. I'm going to put so much pressure on him passing that by the time I pass, he wants me to pass. As opposed to passing quick, he's still full of energy, he scrambles, and we're fighting, especially if he's a bigger guy, more athletic, stronger than I am. So from this position with his legs, I'm going to take both hands in. Okay, remember, generally we want both hands out of the guard, both hands in the guard. When I start going 50-50, I start running into troubles with triangles, arm blocks, and other things. So from this position, I'm going to windshield wave with my arms in, both knees are going to the mat, and I'm going to hunker down. No gaps, okay? No gaps from my knees to my elbows because it's easy for him to slide his feet in and create other problems. So I hunker down, we're going to go to basic steering wheel control on his hips using the belt. Okay? Boom, in here. Now he can freak out on me. I'm just going to stay, like I say, one of the easiest passes here is if he freaks out and starts using a lot of energy, is to just whip it by and then you start passing, okay? That's why I want to be very strong here. I don't want to be loose, okay? But he's not doing that right now, so I've got to do the work. So from this position, after I've hunkered in here, I need to pick one side, release the belt, and my next job is to get this leg onto my shoulder. So when I start pressuring, the pressure's coming from my legs, hips, and body, and not just me using my arm, okay? So I release, and I get it up there. It's right on my shoulder tight. Now I begin to reach for the collar. Very important, I go thumb in, not fingers in, okay? Thumb in, grab the collar. Now from this position, we're going to get off our base and lean into him. See how it rocks him? Okay? Now when I rock him up, I'm going to sprawl my weight. Nice, right here. Now this hand that was on the belt is going to line up with the middle of his back, his spine, and I'm going to lift and put pressure on, and I'm going to slowly start to pass. And as I walk around, I lower my shoulder to his face until he can't take it, then I lift and let his leg fall by, and then I pass nice and heavy. Okay. If he's very flexible, then I'll put a lot of pressure and you can actually tap guys out from there. So one more time. This is where his hips are facing. If his hips are to the side, I wouldn't muscle for this pass. I'd take the knee through in other passes, and we'll do those later. But his hips are up, so I go down, knees to the mat, hunker down, control, lock in. He can go crazy, just defend myself. When there's a chance, I fight for this on my shoulder. It might take some work, and sometimes if you're fighting, you may bring up that same side leg to help drive that up here. And then I proceed to everything like normal. Grab the collar, hip forward, and sprawl. Don't forget to line this hand up with his spine. Lift, pressure. Right about here, I feel tension. I just look up a little bit. Chest down, block the hip, block the head. And that's very basic stack pass with pressure.